witnessing now the officials getting ready to the finalists in the Junior Ironman Championship. Now there's a starter, brightly decked out in his vest, so everyone can recognise him. And he'll be trying to get these competitors away to a very even start. They're away to a great start. There's no broken water in front of them, and all ski paddlers have been dispatched from the beach very successfully. In the middle, we have the competitor from Surfers Paradise, who've got the best of the break, and they're right out there trying to position themselves in a situation to give them the best advantages possible.
Well, just running through them again for you. Reeves of Coffs Harbour in 1, Wright of Tweed's Heads in 2, Darren Mercer, the defending champion from Ostermere, Station 3, then Mick Bannister Cronulla, Borland of Wollongong, Whittaker North Cronulla, Nutter of Surfers Paradise, Mercer of Ostermere, that's Dean Mercer, Greg Patricks of Allura, Hendy Surfers Paradise, Peacock, Southport, South Australia, McDermott of Warriewood, Koski of Swansea Beaumont, and Tonks of Nobby's Beach. And here's the helicopter view as they make their way out in the ski leg to the first turning board.
Well, Mercer most certainly has broken tradition, and he's jumped to an early lead in this first leg of the Ironman. Dean Mercer there has gone very nicely, but he's very closely followed by Adrian Nutter from Surfers Paradise. There's Mercer going around the buoy first. Now look at the advantage he gets as he goes through. Then the Hendy we see from Surfers Paradise. Then further back to Warriewood. It's a Warriewood competitor who's coming through into second place, and he's moving very nicely too. That's Tim McDermott of Warriewood. But at the moment, Hendy's picked up a chop. And on the other side, we see Darren Mercer. He stopped paddling. He's picked up a chop, and he's going to have a nice rest on the way home. It's very important for this. Mercer's got the best of the break. Now, he's a very strong swimmer. I don't know how strong Hendy is a swimmer. I know how strong he is on craft. But most certainly, he can't swim as fast as Darren Mercer. And it's Darren Mercer from Ostermere, New South Wales, first on the beach. And that's a great break for him because he's well positioned at the moment. And he's in a very strong position to go into the next leg, which is the board. He's followed by Trevor Hendy from Surfers Paradise. Then come behind him, we see Warriewood. Then we see Wollongong. Then further back to Coffs Harbour. Then we come up to Nobbies. Then back to Wollongong. And further back to Byron Bay. And then coming through is very fast is Petter from Cronulla. And also Surfers Paradise and Allura.
Now, as you call them, John, for the first changeover, leader was Darren Mercer from Ostermere, New South Wales. Second was Trevor Hendy of Surfers Paradise of Queensland. Third was Tim McDermott from Warriewood. Then Todd Borland from Wollongong in fourth place. And David Reeves of Coffs Harbour was running fifth.
Now look at him laying down on the board. You can turn faster by doing that. That's what he's done. He'll come back up on his knees very shortly because he's decided to give his back and his neck a little bit of a rest at this particular stage, and realising he doesn't want to get uptight. You see him getting as close to the buoy as he possibly can. Now that right foot that he's kicking there does cause a little bit of a drag, so now he's up and he'll get the assistance he possibly can now from this. Now what he's gone up for is he's got the wind coming in on his shoulder again, and he'll try to use that to push himself on the top of these chops, these sea swells and wind swells, to give him the assistance he requires back to the beach. There's still Darren Mercer, Ostermere, New South Wales, who's got a very handy lead, but most certainly Hendy has come through and very, very fast, and Darren Mercer has gone down north, come back south, and given away at least 20 metres, and that's the first mistake I've seen him made, and I hope he doesn't continue him. Most certainly he's going to hit the dry sand fast, and he's in front, and we can see him there, and he's going to go around the flag now. Now just consider he's got to do this course once more, and that's a swim, and he's only a junior, this kid, and he's doing it very, very nicely. And we have Trevor Hendy of Surfers Paradise not far behind him. So as we called it there, Mercer made a few mistakes returning back to the beach in their board rig, and coming up into second place we have the third competitor coming around. It looks like North Burleigh, but we'll have to wait for that one. It looks like Warriewood too. They're all the same caps. Now here's the interest now as the competitors go. Now we saw the big lead Mercer had in the ski. We saw how Trevor Hendy from Surfers Paradise pegged that lead back by a few mistakes made by Mercer, and also Hendy, with respect to Mercer, is a better board paddler. But now we see the swimming leg. Now Mercer will have to go around this white buoy very cleanly, and he's held that lead very well, and with our helicopter we're able to see exactly that's how to circle. Mercer goes around very close, Now, some swimmers will choose to flip over on their back to cut that corner very nicely, but Mercer doesn't. He's at least 6 metres in front of Trevor Hendy, and Hendy's into second place now, and Mercer is actually sprinting at the back of the boys. Now, this is where they're getting the exact assistance from the wind that they want. This is where they can put in the power. And have a look at this young Darren Mercer go. He's up to the black boys, the red and yellow to go, and that's the turning buoy for the way home. And Hendy hasn't picked it up, and he's got a full length of the boys. That's 30 metres over the rest of the field. So it's Darren Mercer, Ostomere in New South Wales, on the way home for his second Australian Championship. Now there's the beach, and we see Darren Mercer. He's got about a 50-metre swim before he gets to the wading area, and look at the wave he's going to try and push himself under now. See how he's swimming high. Now if he'd stopped swimming there, use one arm, he would have got a better glide pattern on top of that wave, but he's not going to break his rhythm. He's not going to break it for anybody, because he wants to hit that dry stand first. He knows there could be a wave out the back and it could upset him, but there's nothing going to upset Darren Mercer as he returns back to the beach. He stopped. He's going to push himself onto this little wave. 2 waves he's been able to pick up today, and he's held it very nicely, and the crowd are putting their hands together for a great surfing exhibition, a great Stanimar exhibition by Darren Mercer, Ostomere, New South Wales, running in for his second junior Ironman in succession. A great win, Darren Mercer. A long way back in the field, we see Trevor Hendy of Surfers Paradise, Queensland. He's looked around to try and adjust the rest of the field, but across the line first, Darren Mercer, Ostomere, New South Wales. Take your breath, Darren. Have a good rest, because in 12 minutes we want you to do the same thing in the open.
There's an alteration to this provisional result. You see, the third placing is different. I'll explain that in a moment. Darren Mercer of Ostomere, New South Wales first. Trevor Hendy of Surfers Paradise came in second place from Queensland, but Dean Mercer, who was third across the line, was disqualified for jostling, and Todd Borland of Wollongong, New South Wales, takes third place. And off they go in the big event, the open boat race. We have Bungan Beach from New South Wales in station